Hey guys, today we step into a forest that doesn't forget, where paths shift, wolves lie, and the one who holds the axe may be hiding the darkest truth of all. You've heard the story, a girl in red, a wolf in disguise, and a heroic woodsman. But what if the wolf wasn't the true threat? What if the woodsman's axe wasn't just for protection, but silence? Now, sit back and relax so we can start exploring today's story. In a secluded village bordered by a cursed forest, a girl in red is sent to deliver food to her ailing grandmother. The woods are dangerous, but everyone says not to worry because the woodsman watches the trees. But as the girl ventures deeper, she begins to sense something is watching her from within. When she arrives at the cottage, nothing is as it seems. Not her grandmother, not the wolf, and certainly not the man who bursts in with an axe. Because this story isn't about a rescue, it's about a secret buried under years of blood and bark. Mist curls around the hem of a crimson cloak. A girl no older than 14 stands at the forest's edge, basket in hand. Behind her, the village slouches in the shadow of forgotten hills. The path into the woods is narrow, choked by vines, haunted by silence. The mother, voice taut with fear beneath her smile. Stay on the trail. Don't talk to anything that talks first. The girl, bold, but kind. Not even the woodsman? The mother pauses, gaze darkening. Especially not the woodsman. She doesn't explain why. The trees close behind her like teeth, every step muffled by moss, every crow silent. The only sound is the creak of her basket and the whisper of her own breath. But soon, she hears another, not a growl, a melody, a low, amused voice from the underbrush. "Where are you going, little flame?" The girl tenses, but answers, "To my grandmother's. She's ill." The voice, closer now, velvet and hungry. "Then you'd best hurry. The woods are full of liars." She runs. She reaches the clearing, breathless. The cottage sits, as it always has, bent, thatched, blooming with dead roses. She knocks. No answer. She enters. From the bed, a weak rasp. "Come in, dear. I've been waiting." The girl frowns, voice wary. "Your voice sounds strange." The figure in bed, too tall, too still, smiles through the shadows. Old age does that. She steps closer, notices the teeth, the eyes, the claws beneath the sheets. The girl gasps, stepping back. "You're not—" The door bursts open. The woodsman steps inside, tall, quiet, soaked from the rain that never falls. He doesn't hesitate. He swings. The axe crashes. Blood spatters the hearth. The figure on the bed shrieks, a sound too deep for a wolf, too human. When it's over, he kneels beside the girl, wipes blood from her cheek with the back of his hand. The girl stammers, "You saved me." The woodsman, eyes empty, voice low. "No, I stopped what I started." The fire dies. Smoke slithers toward the rafters. Aurora. No, not Aurora this time. Just the girl in red. Watches the woodsman clean the blade like it's a routine. Then he kneels at the hearth and pulls at the stones. A trapdoor yawns beneath the ashes. The girl asks, voice trembling, "What is that?" The woodsman answers without looking up. The part of the story they buried. Inside, bones, dozens, some child-sized, some not. The girl, voice rising with realization. That wasn't the first one. That wasn't the only wolf. The woodsman's gaze sharpens, his tone cold. They don't come from outside, not anymore. She whispers, then where? He unbuttons his coat. Beneath, claw marks healed wrong, eyes that glint too yellow. He confesses, the curse started with me. One bite, one howl, one full moon. I brought it back and tried to bury it. The girl steps away, voice shaking. Then why save me? He says quietly, because you remind me of the first one I couldn't. The girl runs, through the trees, through whispers, through eyes watching in the leaves. But the woods are not the same. They lean toward her. Branches move aside because they remember the one who wore red before her. And she's not the first. Voices in the forest hum, layered and ancient. Another red, another girl, another cycle. She drops the basket. What she carries isn't food. It's something older, warmer, beating. Deep in the woods, where no light reaches, a clearing opens like a wound. There, a figure waits. Not the woodsman, not the wolf. A girl in red, older, hollow-eyed, hands stained black. The first. She speaks softly, voice like dry leaves. He didn't save me. He silenced me. The girl replies, heartbreaking. He said. He tried to stop it. The first smiles without joy. He was the first wolf. The rest were just echoes. The first girl hands her something, a knife made of bone and regret. Now finish it, she says. She returns to the cottage. The woodsman waits. He asks, voice low, pleading, did she speak to you? The girl, holding the knife behind her cloak. She said, I have your eyes. He steps closer. He says, weary, then I suppose you know what must happen. She nods. Then, without a word, she lunges. He falls. Silence returns, but the curse doesn't lift, because it was never just his. The knife drinks blood. The girl's eyes change. She whispers in the first girl's voice and her own. The wolf isn't a thing. It's a memory that feeds. The forest opens, welcomes her. Another girl in red will walk the path someday, and she will be waiting. He was never the hero. She was never the victim. The wolf was never just a beast, and the red was never just a cloak. It was always a warning. That's it for today. I'll make similar videos in the future. Subscribe so you don't miss any stories.